carrying on the head. An evolutionary approach. Some million years ago, our ancestors stepped down onto the earth from tree branches. By standing upright and walking on 2 feet, hominids were better able to look around them. This made it easier for them to find food and spot their enemies, freeing up their hands for other tasks. Scientists have observed that walking on 2 feet, also known as bipedalism, is more efficient than walking on 4, as it burns less energy and saves more. To maintain an upright position, the spinal column curvature changed, curving backward in the neck and lower back, to balance the head and upper trunk on hips and lower limbs. Based on the shape of the pelvis, the spinal column, and the position of the foramen magnum in the skull, paleontologists are now able to determine which hominid fossils were bipedal. Foramen magnum is a large opening beneath the skull, where the brain connects to the spinal cord. Sahelanthropus chidensis walked on 2 feet around 7 million years ago, and Ardipithecus ramidus did so about 4.5 million years ago, but their skulls were small and their brain was not as large, 378 cubic centimeters for Sahelanthropus chidensis and 350 cubic centimeters for Ardipithecus ramidus. Such weights were easily supported by the newly upright spinal column. With the evolution of human species over the past million years, brain size gradually increased, and the skull grew bigger, as it adapted to the complexities of the world they encountered. Homo habilis, a relatively early member of the Homo family, had a brain volume of 600 cubic centimeters, but it tripled to reach 1,680 cubic centimeters in Homo neanderthals within a million years. The average brain volume of modern humans is 1,350 cubic centimeters. This gradual enlargement causes a newborn's head to have difficulty passing through the birth canal and pelvic girdle during childbirth. Large heads, on the other hand, impose extra pressure on the spine, specifically the vertebrae in the neck. Leibniz was a great continental philosopher of the Enlightenment during the 17th and 18th centuries. He believed we the humans are living in the best possible world. This quote, among other statements in the era of God-believing worldviews, was to exonerate the Creator from all evil in the world. 150 years later, Charles Darwin introduced a completely new way to look at life by proposing the theory of evolution. Over the past 150 years, scientists and researchers have continued to study evolution. They now believe it is the theory of evolution that explains all of life in the living world. This theory explains advantages, adaptations and abilities as well as shortcomings, faults and flaws. The Homo family benefited greatly from standing upright and walking on 2 feet. It helped them adapt to the environment and fight adversities, but also caused some spinal problems. Neck and lower back arthritis, intervertebral disc diseases, and spinal stenosis are some of the complications related to skull enlargement and spine curvature change. When I served as a doctor in Shushtar, Iran, I often saw women on the roadsides with heavy loads on their heads. In addition to the advantages mentioned above, standing upright and walking on 2 feet allows carrying loads on the head. This practice is common in many developing countries in Asia and Africa, but is rarely discussed. When did Homo sapiens start carrying things on their heads? This skill is usually acquired through practice and at an early age. Limited studies have demonstrated that carrying lighter loads of 25 to 30 pounds is well tolerated, but sometimes women are seen carrying heavy loads of 100 to 150 pounds. Heavy loads can cause spinal arthritis and intervertebral disc diseases. In Madagascar, women and sometimes men are seen carrying various objects of different sizes and shapes, on the streets and on the sides of the roads. They do this with an impressive sense of balance and dexterity. It is less expensive than a vehicle or beast of burden, and it may be the only option on some rough rural paths. With the burden on their heads, they do well walking, stopping suddenly, turning around, and even stooping and rising. Meanwhile, they use their hands freely for other purposes.